Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. In pursuit of a stolen magical object, Stormwood and Associates Field Team 623 stepped into a tear between realities and vanished. They found themselves trapped in another plane, facing a reality that was not their own, and driven to avoid dark forces they don't understand. And so, Team 623 finds themselves leaping from world to world, striving to put right what they find wrong, and hoping each time that their next jump will be the jump home. Stormwood and Associates stars Celeste Star Twin as Dee, Gen Proc as Obi, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Becca Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So, after emerging into a post-apocalyptic landscape and meeting up with actually NK from their own future, driving an alternate version of their own truck with her now wife, Michelle, NPC Campaign 1. We've met a version of her from another universe in this campaign. Whatever. You don't need to know. Anyways, her future wife. Anyways, the team ended up joining up with this caravan of refugees in this post-apocalyptic landscape, and after fighting off a bunch of bandits, they made it to this mythical place in the mountains that was supposed to be a sanctuary called Mercor. Well, it turns out Mercor is just Summer Court with some of the letters knocked off the sign, and they discovered that Mindy's Summer Court was here, much to Liz's joy and, well, Mindy's joy at seeing Liz. Everything seemed to be going great. Liz was going to get to spend a nice week with her girlfriend, except it turns out one of the refugees in the convoy was Jethro. You remember Jethro, right? Mindy's ex-boyfriend and Prince Regent of the Spring Court. Yeah. Anyways, Jethro demanded an audience and is demanding that Mindy fulfill a promise of marriage between their houses that their mothers signed off on prior to Mindy even being born. Well, Mindy doesn't think that law is valid, but the Fae take their contracts pretty seriously. So they're having to do a mediation. Of course, mediation would require a member of a third court to be there, but it turns out they have one. Because, in a little bit of a surprise, it turns out that Dee, while mortal and, mostly normal, is also technically part Fae, because she is a distant descendant of Fiona, Queen of the Winter Court, thus making Dee a member of the Winter Court. Yeah, so they're taking a recess in the community center / Great Hall of the Summer Court. And, people are trying to explain things to Dee, sort of. Because, the fate of great Fae houses lie in Dee's hands. Oh no.
All we have to do is read the law, find out what it actually says, and hopefully put the Queen of Mars not in a marriage with that asshole.
I'm not the Queen of Mars, Dee.
You are a queen.
Yes.
From Mars.
No, I'm from the wilds.
Martian queen.
A part of me is on Mars, but I'm from the wilds.
Yeah, so she's the wild queen.
Why?
I'm the Queen of Summer Court. It's
no,
not
Mindy,
as exciting.
Mindy, let me work with her. Let me work with her.
Okay.
I feel like that might be a step down, don't you think?
No.
Mhm.
Come on, being a wild queen?
The
I
summer
guess.
court spans the entire multiverse, D.
Don't try to. Don't.
Now you're losing me again. I'm
Yeah,
not
see,
sure.
my hard work. Stop trying to actually explain things to her.
Mindy just puts her head back down on the table. I am so fucked right now. Oh,
Don't worry,
God.
I'm not gonna let him turn you into some Kwisatz Haderach broodmare. I promise.
That's not what's
Uh,
happening.
That's
Okay,
definitely
we are
what is
on
happening.
this. Okay, we will figure something out.
NK has just this entire time been standing in the corner eating a bag of Cheetos.
Oh yeah.
I
Mm.
can't believe that piece of shit crossed the desert with you.
I don't know he was there. Oh,
Yeah,
he's just a guy.
yeah. And he didn't make it rain once, did he?
Fuck. Is that a thing he can do?
Yep.
In the
Yes.
David Lynch version, yes.
No,
He's the
Jethro
storm
can
guy.
make it. Yeah, the spring court.
Oh shit, that guy. Yeah.
Storms is like one of his main domains. Okay, it's just like open mouth, like what?
Yeah, he could have
the
done that like
actual fuck.
forever ago.
Yeah, no,
actually.
He's the
butthead.
worst person. What? He's one of the worst people I have ever met. Top 3.
You're
and
telling
he's
me.
met Gabo.
You're telling me that I crossed the fucking desert, rationing water,
Uh-huh.
and that shithead could have made it rain at any point?
Could have
Any point.
any point. It's true.
What are the odds that I'd die if I punched him in the face? Pretty high. Mindy just says, like, head down. Don't. He could blow up this whole place if he wanted to, so any of us could. Okay. This is. Amy's just like. I think like the 5 minutes or whatever is like over. People are starting to come back in to the room. Mindy sits back up in the chair. Jethro walks his ass back into the center of the room. He goes, "What say you?" Let me start the meeting. Jesus fucking Christ, Jethro. Okay. The audience is back in session, I guess. Whatever we're... Jethro, it has been decided that we will enter arbitration with D... what, D, what's your full name, D? Mindy just looks at you. I need something longer than a letter. Give me a title or something. Give yourself a title or something, or a last name or anything. This is fake contract law. I need a name.
Okay. I'm sorry. This is
D, the Witchblade of the Hungry Wastes.
Yeah, what he said. I dare not say my name aloud.
I need you to understand, D, that this is about to become your legal name across all Fey courts. And you have to be okay with that. So if you want it to be D, the Witchblade of the Hungry Wastes, it can be, but it means forever, in every record, that will be your true name as you enter it into a Fey court. So I do not care what your birth name is or what your legal name is on your home world. I need to know what you are choosing right now as your binding name to the Fey courts.
All right. I've got a more honest one, that is.
She's literally waiting for you to say it.
D, second-born scourge of Joliet.
Second born, like the clerk's right. All right, D, second born scourge of Joliet. It's literally like writing it down on this, like, so as you say your name, the guy who like the clerk guy who like took your hair and like has been kind of like he pulls out literally like this scroll kind of materializes in the air in front of him, and with like this quill pen writes down D, second born scourge of Joliet. And it's just like, do you want like a the in there, or do you want it to be just like D, do you want it to be D, the second born scourge of Joliet, or you just want D, second born scourge of Joliet? Which are we doing here?
I feel like I think the colon kind of speaks for itself. Just D.
So we're
There's
doing
no
a
need for a the.
colon.
Yeah.
We're doing
I
a
assumed it was
colon in
a
here.
comma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking like, okay, all right, we can. It's a little, second born scourge of Joliet of the Winter Court. Of the Winter Court, descendant of Fiona ne Fiara, eighth in line to the Winter Court throne.
Eighth?
Yeah, no. It's she's the eighth that we're aware of. So it's with descendants like this, it's in line of discovery.
Huh.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, it's gonna take. I've got to notate some stuff here.
Obi looks up at D. You're an eighth.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know I was that far down the line. That makes me feel a little bit better about this. All right, let's
You're finally
let's save
that
the day.
far down the line. That's Amy's just like, that's really high up. That's like,
Yeah,
that's 7 people. Like,
Yes, 7 people have to die.
yeah,
Admittedly, across the multiverse, but still.
yeah, that's still not. It's not like it's an immediate thing though. Like I don't know. I feel like it could be worse. It could be worse.
Yeah,
It could be
it could be worse. Okay, sure.
Nobody imagined D as queen of anything. I don't want nightmares tonight.
all right.
I don't
All
want
right,
to be queen of anything.
all right.
Anarchist. Yes, I am D.
D has agreed as a member of the Winter Court to be the arbitrator in our contract. Therefore, we will adjourn for a period of 2 days to allow D to familiarize herself with the contract at hand. And the clerk takes the contract totally away from, takes the big scrolls away from Jethro and walks them over to you, D, and hands you the scrolls. D, what's your fitness?
Oh, that's a good question. 3.
Roll me a D10.
Oh my god. 10.
So he hands you the scrolls, and this is like heavy as shit. This is like being handed a handful of bricks, but you manage to like take it without dropping it.
Nice.
But this is probably the heaviest thing you've ever been handed. We will. So 2 days. In 2 days, we will reconvene and begin and we will find these results and commence in any required negotiations. Is that clear? Is that acceptable to all parties? Mindy looks at you, D, and looks at Jethro. Jethro just nods. D, your response?
It is acceptable.
All right. We're done for right now. And Jethro, go fuck yourself. And she just like collapses back in her chair and people start filing out of the room.
I can. So when we re-adjourn, I can come into the room and say, I'm gonna read both of D's results. Great.
Please
That's
don't
dumb.
say that.
No,
Mindy
it'll
just
be
goes,
really great.
It's not cool.
Yeah, what do you mean it's not cool?
No, I'm young. I'm hip. I know what's cool. That's not cool. You're gonna
damn
be
it.
read both. Really? You're gonna use both on that? That's so lame.
I'm gonna use. Oh my! I thought it was cool. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm not
both is
cool.
cool, but that's not a cool connotation of it.
That's not a cool.
I feel like you get rid
Oh
of
my
all the
God.
cool stuff by stripping out the rest of the joke.
Yeah.
I'm just still hung up on the fact that D is eligible to be queen of the summer court, or the queen of the winter court. I'm really hung up on that still.
You can't rule out that
I'm-
possibility.
Don't.
Oh yeah, no. She's,
If I have
Mindy's
the-
just like, yeah, no. Technically, D is 100% eligible to be queen of the winter court.
I could take full control of the winter court,
They
and
would
then
require that you be awakened at that point. Like you'd have to go through the ritual of awakening to accept the throne.
I could also, undermine and destroy
wonder
your
if-
unjust system.
I
So,
wonder
like, that
if a
would be pretty
version
cool.
of you would like spawn in the wilds if that happened.
Huh.
I don't know how that would. It's been a long time since we awakened anyone. Well, no one from the summer court's ever been awakened, so I've never been a part of that. Because I don't have
Huh.
kids.
And if I can make this work, you won't have to worry about having kids.
And I don't think any of the other members of the court have tried to awaken their descendants. Because I mean, Fae have kids with normal people all the time.
Yeah, isn't that how I got into this mess?
That's exactly how you exist. One of your ancestors had. So here's the fun thing.
Bonkin Faye.
Your ancestor, only one of your ancestors in one reality, was with Fiona, and then she got pregnant in all realities. So that's a thing that happens. So that's yeah.
That's gotta be really annoying to suddenly become pregnant without.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
she did. It just only one of her did. But she did that
That
several
feels
times.
like that could be really awkward, like in... Oh, I'm thinking about religious
Oh.
implications that I shouldn't get into right now. We should read this to Obi.
Okay.
Are you finally figuring
Anything to
something
get my mind
out
off of
about
whatever.
I am, and I...
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not, like, we're not going to say that as canon to the game, but it would work out into the context of this set of the version of the multiverse. So we're not going to acknowledge that unless we, like, get boycotted by, oh, that'd be good publicity.
I'm about to say, if weird right-wingers get angry at us, that means that we will have at least...
It's a show full of queer people. They're already going to be mad at us.
Yeah, they're not listening to this.
That's true.
I already established that he was a halfling, so
Yeah.
I don't know that I accepted that as canon.
no, you rejected it.
But also, the fake can appear as anything, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so let's find you guys. Okay, so I need to find an appropriate place to put you, D, because you're no longer
That's
here
what she
as of.
said. I'm sorry, I'll take whatever you need me to do.
Okay, because like you are formally now here as a representative of the Winter Court. I'm surprised Fiona never told you, because she 100% can recognize her offspring.
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Fiona has met D,
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're implying, but I don't appreciate it either.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so technically I need to put you up in your own accommodations, D. I was gonna
Okay.
have you guys bunk with a friend of mine's, but I need to okay. Chester? She waves over the clerk guy, who's like the only one left. Everyone else is like left this room. It's just you guys, like with that guy, like the one clerk. Chester? Yes, my queen. Don't make. I'm sorry, Mindy. It's just like we're in the thing. So what's up? We need to find housing for Dee because she's now technically a royal envoy. We need to have. Okay, so we need technically Jethro needs to have his own place. Give him that shitty shack on the outskirts. I don't. Fuck him. Yeah, no, I was already planning on putting him there. Okay, yeah, that's the one with the leaky roof. He deserves it. I mean, I don't know how much it'll matter. It fucking can control rain. Okay. But we need a place for Dee. Technically, by law, Dee's supposed to be able to have her own place. In these circumstances, like, it would be a suite of rooms if we had built a main hall with suites of rooms. We don't have that. So, I mean, I guess I can bunk with Steve and she can have my cottage. Yeah, is that D? Is that okay with you?
I mean,
You can take Chester's
yeah,
cottage?
why not? I feel bad kicking him out, if anything.
No, it's okay. I mean, like, unless you want to get like a cup of coffee or something.
You know, let's. I'm gonna kick you out. I changed my mind. Okay.
It's worth a shot. Yeah, no, okay. I'll go get my, like, stuff I need out of there and, like, move it over to Steve's and then, like, you can, like, show her where it is. Okay. All right. Obi and Amy, there is enough space in Chester's cottage if you want to stay with Dee.
Okay.
Like, he's got a couple, like, it's just technically no one from my court can be staying with Dee. So we wouldn't appear to be having undue influence. I know, Obi, I said you technically, Obi, you would be best assigned as Dee's clerk.
Okay.
So yeah, so I take it back. You're not my clerk, you're Dee's clerk. Therefore, everybody's staying with, technically, that would make Obi and Amy Dee's entourage.
Ugh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I am not okay with that, but whatever.
You could be Jason Statham.
What?
I'm confused by this reference.
Nothing. It's fine. Never mind. Okay, let's go.
I just wanted to say, as long as I don't have to be Turtle.
I was expecting a turtle reference.
I got confused. There are a lot of similar movies out there.
Dee, I don't think you were Obi. I don't think you were allowed to watch Entourage.
Probably not.
You probably, I'd have some questions for your parents if you were.
Okay.
And that's
so,
coming from me.
So you guys get led to a cottage that you see Chester walking off with a bag full of stuff and waves as he leaves. And it's a small cottage with a couple of bedrooms. That is just not that far from the main hall. And Mindy, so yeah, technically I have to give you your own space, so it's not seen as the host exerting undue influence on you. Because you're gonna decide my fate. Awesome. This has been a fucking roller coaster.
Oh, come on. This is me we're talking about. You're in good hands.
Don't make
Dee
jokes.
smiles without without even a modicum of irony on her face.
Okay. Come on, D. Let's go. Oh, do we look at the scroll on official time in an official place, or can we just look at it in the cottage?
You can look on the cottage. That is your space. You're in control of that space while you're here.
Okay.
And you can take whatever amount of time within the next 2 days. It's just that you need to have read it by the time we reconvene.
Okay. Come on, D.
D picks it up. Oh, jeez. Okay. Here I come.
I mean, the good news is it's going to translate into whatever language you understand.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's a fey contract. Contracts are kind of what we do.
You say that like I know what you mean. Okay, we're going.
Okay.
Come on, D.
What if that means it'll dumb it down so that I can make sense of it?
We'll find out. All right. So, yeah, it's Mindy kind of goes to Liz and goes, "This sucks so much."
I know.
She kind of rests her forehead on yours.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. How is it that, like, I see you and my shitty ex-boyfriend shows up? And this is, you have to understand, like, the gaps between us seeing each other have been longer for me because the way time flows.
Sure.
So, like, I haven't seen him for, like, 50 years. I haven't seen you for, like, 50 years. And I'm finally getting to see you again. Yeah, no, I am more than happy to be patient in seeing you. I am not happy seeing his ass again.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 or 3 worlds for us.
I know. It's just...
Okay.
Would you like to collapse in a pile in a very comfortable set of couches and cushions in my living room and not think for like 4 to 5 hours?
Yes, I would like that very much. Oh, and I have something to show you.
What?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go collapse.
All right. You guys go back to Mindy's. Is there something that you like? Is this something you're going to show her right away when you get back there?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you go back to, again, yeah, her cottage is like one big room with a kitchenette in the corner and then like a bathroom. And there's like, again, she doesn't have like a regular bed because she doesn't need to sleep most of the time. It doesn't get a chance to sleep most of the time in this universe. So it's all just like comfortable couches and cushions and just like, it's a very soft, warm space.
Okay. Yep. I don't think it's any secret that I've been kind of going through it over the last year or so. There's, the constant danger and uncertainty and discovering deep secrets about myself that I really wish I had figured out when I was like 10. And then the whole DeKalb thing. Yeah. And then I definitely thought your cousin was an evil memory erasing mastermind for a little bit, but I'm working past that and most of the rest.
She kind of like laughs when you call Fiona an evil mastermind like that. She's kind of like laughs to that.
And I think I might have finally realized what you and Fiona, even fucking Amy, have been saying to me this whole time. I pull a folder out of my bag and open it, and there's a big stack of papers in there.
Okay.
I haven't shared this with anyone yet. I mean, Amy knows. Her notes are all over this. I hand her this bundle of papers, and the top sheet is a cover page that says Navigating Creation, observations and understandings of the structure and natural history of the multiverse in relation to the local reality and to the Fey realm, working title by Elizabeth Stormwood.
Okay.
The other Liz, the one in DeKalb, she was working on this. For a brief time, it seems she got to stop having to worry constantly about everything, and she made this, and she just barely started, and she didn't have a lot to go on, and she made some assumptions that have since been proven incorrect, but she was doing it.
Mindy's just sort of starting to page through it.
I've read this. She listened to this. She's positively giddy. This part, she wrote this part a week before the incident, and she is so excited. Even going through a breakup, she was passionate. She realized that I'm on the forefront of discovery, and I'm gonna finish this book.
That's amazing. I mean, I think your math is off on this one here. Just like points to like. So this is
probably.
So you actually want to divide by infinity here and not multiply by.
Okay.
It's so. Ooh, I got so much. Okay. So have you heard Skelling's equations on multiversal?
I've not.
Synchronicity. Oh my god! She just like starts pulling out stuff. Okay, I got. And she starts writing stuff down. So like I'm in like 6 different colleges at the same time, half the time. So I like learning a lot. So I go to school a lot in a lot of realities because I can. And multiversal theory on like 6 of the different schools I'm in right now they've gotten it really advanced. It just starts like sitting down and like going through notes and showing you some stuff and math that you've like you understand it. Like you have developed enough of an understanding to get what she's saying, but it is opening some new doorways for you in this project. I'll say that. And she's just like sprawled out on the floor now, like with like grabbing sheets of paper out of drawers and like writing stuff down to show you things. And she's very giddy and excited to talk to you about this stuff.
Yes, I am also very giddy and excited to talk to her about this.
Okay, so we're gonna slide over to. I had no idea where that was going when you. So, I was not sure. I think you said, and Amy's seen this. I'm like, Amy's seen this? Oh, right, DeKalb. That's so long ago. All right, cool. So, D, Amy, and Obi are going into this cottage. Going into Chester's cottage. It's a small, modest cottage with there is a master bedroom, and then there's a second bedroom that has bunk beds in it. And there's like a couple couches. Okay, so what are we doing for sleeping arrangements here? There are 3 beds.
I could take one.
I shall also take one.
Well, yeah, we're all gonna take one. This is.
No, I could bunk bed. I'll take the top bunk.
I mean, the real question is that who's getting? Amy just points at the single like there's that like it's like twin bunk bed like twin bed bunk beds, and then like this king sized overstuffed bed in like the other room. So Amy just looks at D. So who's getting the? The big one. The good room.
Well, I mean, I am the royalty here, technically. Gonna get technical about it.
You don't know.
You're playing that card that early, huh?
I mean,
Obi calls from the top bunk.
You don't know. Nobody tested me. I could be royalty.
Yeah, but we do know with me, so it's pretty set.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right,
Just
so
share it. It's big enough.
roll me a d10.
8.
So yeah, it's you. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and D wins. Because Amy
Yeah.
rolled a 7. Damn it. Okay, fine. My queen. And like Amy just like sarcastically bows. Or lady or whatever.
I don't know what it means. I just know that we have to fix this. Let's figure this like contract out. I'm more worried about like actually fixing this, and honestly, I'm not as confident that we're gonna get this fixed as I put on the show that we are. I'm terrified, actually.
All right, do you want to start looking at the contract then?
Yep.
All right.
D awkwardly hefts it up onto a table.
Yeah, there's like a big table in here.
Just a second. Gotta.
Thump.
Jesus, this thing's heavy.
All right. You gonna start rolling it out?
Gonna start rolling it out. Yeah.
All right. Roll me a d10.
7.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna start reading it?
Yes.
All right. Contract. This is a contract. A contract is a document that people sign to agree to something, and it details out the stuff they're agreeing on. Okay? Like, that's the whole point of what we're doing here. The idea is that if that the stuff we're agreeing to is written down. If it's not written down, that's not what we're agreeing to.
Oh my god.
And you see little
This is
signed
so
off signatures.
boring.
Okay, let me look. Obi would like to read the contract.
The parties. Okay, the beginning of it. This sets forth an agreement between the courts, a full contract within Fey law. All parties signatory to this contract are agreeing to the terms provided within. When Obi reads it, it's highly technical language that Obi understands.
Oh yeah. It's like actual legalese.
Yeah, it's like actual legalese when Obi reads it. Meanwhile, Dee's reading it, it's like, there's no way you're getting out of this shit. If you try to violate this, bad shit will happen no matter what. Okay? So don't fucking try it. Meanwhile, Obi, it's like, the consequences of violating this contract will be dire, and it's doing its best to translate itself to D.
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
It's like trying so hard to make sure D can understand it.
Don't worry, I can help. I'll help. As Obi's reading it, he's also trying to like make it so that she can understand it, like, you know, use her own words type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's so okay, I'm not gonna obviously read out the entire thing in detail here because
What you've actually written?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if you would have.
No, I did not.
I'd kind of be surprised.
So I mean, okay, so the gist of this entire thing is that it's a contract between the summer court as convened under Mindy's mom. And so it's all it's the mom's name is a set of characters that you don't recognize because it's whenever a Fae's name is written down, it takes that permanent form. as their name. So it's all the other words and letters are translating. It's really it's the set of characters and letters you don't understand, followed by Queen of the Summer Court when it's that. So like you can recognize that that's whose signature it is. Between that and then the Queen of the Spring Court as convened under, and then Jethro's mom. Like literally, like I think for D, like it says like in little highlights underneath in parentheses like Mindy's mom and Jethro's mom as the translation.
At least it makes sense. That part makes sense.
That's it's that they agree that the firstborn daughter of the Summer Court will marry the firstborn son of the Spring Court, and that they are dedicated to producing heirs who will be eligible to take over either the Spring or Summer Court, and that this alliance between their houses is,
perhaps
bonding
to
forward.
take control of both houses. The Kwisatz Haderach.
Every time you say that, Amy just goes, "That's not a thing." She's just on the couch, like, reading a random book that she found in Chester's cottage.
Well, is there a chance that maybe she has, like, an older sister that we just don't know about? Or an older brother? We can't rule that out.
Well, it says firstborn daughter.
Okay, older sister then.
So the main thing you have to figure out is if Mindy is binding as a party to the contract, right? Amy's just leaning back on the couch again, reading this random book. Like,
Right.
that's the challenge, right? Like, we know that it says something about, like, Jethro and Mindy getting married, but, like, the question is this binding to them even though they were never parties to the contract? Yeah, that's the thing, is there are no signatures from either Mindy or Jethro in this entirety of this contract.
That's a starting point. What do you think, little guy?
Obi would like to totally investigate the whole thing.
Okay, so there's tons of fine print about stuff, including like where people will live, what shoes they're allowed to purchase.
What the heck?
Like there are, like, while holding formal court, there is the conditions that a wedding must be held under. And they are very specific. You'll notice that all of this contract, the entire thing is treating it as though both of their mothers are alive.
Yes. Okay.
Everything in this contract is, like, all of these stipulations and all of these, like, little sub things and caveats are all about, like, there are tons of things about what the parents have to do. Like what Jethro's mom would have to do and what Mindy's mom would have to do throughout this entire process.
But I can't find anything about what Mindy and Jethro have to do.
The only thing it says is that the people, and again, they're not named in this contract. Jethro and Mindy are not named specifically. It always refers to the firstborn son and firstborn daughter. And it says they are to be wed and that they have to get married, but the real question is so what you're seeing here, and this is the question that you're going to have to answer, is Mindy bound to a contract that she never was a party to? And is Jethro able to enforce a contract that he was never a signatory of? Like, and this is something, and I know you're totally investigate, but this is something Mindy mentioned that when and something you might want to find out more about is that Mindy mentioned something, you remember this, that Mindy mentioned something about how when she formed her court, technically the old court and its agreements were dissolved.
Yeah.
So
And this is definitely of the old court because
this is definitely you don't know
it's of the moms being alive.
Right. You don't know the details about Jethro's side because he's a prince regent, and I'm assuming Obi's been paying attention to the fact that all of these courts are ruled by queens and not kings.
Oh yeah, that's easily apparent.
Yeah, that's really apparent. So you don't know if technically Jethro's authority comes from his late mother's court or not, or whether he's formed his own. But he, but Mindy has clearly formed her own court as a new generation of queen. So, you have to figure. So the challenge here, and this is not necessarily you'll find answered in the text of the contract, is what you've figured out is you have to figure out is that whether or not this is binding to Mindy.
Specifically, okay, yeah.
Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Fey Wild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game, so an actual play game like this one, but like, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Fey Wild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.